Welcome to TMU Tutorials. In this lesson, we are going to look at how to enter data into our Microsoft Excel workbook. We'll also look at how to use basic editing in Microsoft Excel. Now, let's get started. So the type of data we can enter into our workbook are as follows. Number one, we can enter a text data. Number two, we can enter numbers into our workbook, and we can also enter formulas or functions. So first of all, let's enter some text. So I'm going to enter some text here. So I've just entered my text here. As you can see here, we have name, we have maths, we have English, we have computing. So this text I have is called labels. So I'm going to type the name of the student here, their marks, and then we'll total it. So I just finished typing the name of the student here. I'm going to type their marks. So I'm going to type MS Max for maths, English, computing, and then I'll total it. I'll do the same for Kofi and then John. Okay, so I just finished entering the marks for Kofi. So as you can see, we have their marks here. Kofi, marks for mathematics are here. We have English, computing, the same for Kofi and then John. So as you can see, I just finished typing the marks for Amma and Kofi and then John. So what we have here is also called labels. The name, the maths, English, computing, and total. These are the labels. You see, they are written in text, and then we have our numbers here. So we are going to total the marks. After that, then we apply some basic editing to our worksheet. So now let's total the marks for Kofi. So I'm going to enter a formula to calculate the marks for Amma. So I'll bring my equal sign. So the first mark for Amma is 70, which is in cell B3. So I'll click on cell B3 to reference it here. So I'll bring my plus sign. After that, I'll click on the second cell, which is C3. That contains Amma's marks for English. Then I'll bring my plus sign. Then I'll click on this mark, computing, which is in cell D3. So it is referenced here. So I'll go ahead and press enter. So when I press enter, we have the total marks for Amma here. So now if you want to calculate the total marks for Kofi, instead of wasting our time to enter the formula, we can just use the AutoFill tool or the AutoFill command. Now when I use the AutoFill command, it will calculate the rest of the answers for me. So as you can see, on the bottom right corner of the cell, there's a small dot here. So I'll place my pointer there until it turns into this skinny plus sign. I'll click and drag down. So when I click and drag down, you see that it has calculated the rest of the answers for me. So this same autofill can be used when you want to type the months we have in the year. For instance, if you type January, so let me type January here. If you type January, instead of wasting your time to type February, you can just use the auto sum feature to predict the rest of the month. So let's try it. So I'll bring my mouse pointer to the bottom right corner where we have the dot, and then I'll click and drag. So look at what we have here. So you see that it is predicting the rest of the months for me. You can also do that for the days we have in a week. So let me type Monday. Let me type Monday here. So let me click and drag down. Now look at what we have. It is predicting the rest of the days for me. So now I can also use the autofill to generate numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, so But the thing is, note that we're generating numbers to 1 to 10. If we just type 1 and then use the autofill to drag down, it will only bring you 1. It will only repeat the 1 1 1 1. So let's try it. So you see that this will only repeat the ones. There's a way, let me undo it. So let me undo this here. So let me go back. So if I want to predict or to generate, if I want to generate numbers 1 to 10, after typing 1, I have to come here and then type 2. So after typing 2, then I'll select both 1 and 2. Then I'll come to the bottom right corner here and click and drag. So see what we have. It has generated the numbers from 1 to 8. So this is how you use the autofill feature. So now let's look at some of the editings we can do in this document. So for instance here, if I want to write mathematics in full, that means I will have to clean the short form I have here, maths. So I will double click inside. When I double click inside, I will just press the backspace. Then I will type mathematics in full. So note that the mathematics is not that visible. So I will just come here. The line between C and B, I will just double click on it. Now when I do that, see what we have here. Mathematics is fitting the entire cell. Okay, so now the next editing I want us to do is copy and paste. So I want to copy and paste the marks for mathematics, all the marks we have in mathematics. So I will click and drag down and then select it. So after selecting, I can copy and paste using the right click option, or I can use the keyboard shortcut. But first of all, let's demonstrate this using the right clicking method. So I'll right click here. Now I have this menu here. So we have cut, we have copy. So I'll click on copy. So let's assume that I want to paste the marks I've just copied here. So I'll just right click and then click on the paste. So see what I have here. It is creating the duplicate, or it is creating a copy of what we have here, the marks for mathematics. So this is how you copy using the right click method. So let me go up here on the quick access toolbar and then undo what I just did. So you see, I just undid it. Now let's copy this same marks using the keyboard shortcut. So I've just selected it. So I'll use Control C to copy, and then let's see, if I want to paste it here, I'll click on this cell, then I'll use Control V to paste it. So this is how we copy and paste using the right click method or using the keyboard shortcut. Now let's look at how we can cut or move our text or our numbers in our Microsoft Workbook. So the difference between copy and cut is that with the copy, it creates a copy or a duplicate of the content you just copied. However, with the cut, it will move it completely from each place to another place. So now I don't want this here. So this numbers here. So let me go on the quick access toolbar and then undo what I just did. So you see it is empty. Now I want us to move these numbers from this place down here. So we are going to cut it. So let me select it again. I've selected it. Now I'll use the right click method. So I'll cut it. Now I want it pasted here. So I'll right click again and then click on paste. Now notice this. So when I use the cut and paste, it is moving the numbers from this position completely to this new position. So this is how you cut and paste using the right click method. Now let me undo it here. So now we are going to cut using the keyboard shortcut. So I've selected my numbers again. So the keyboard shortcut for cut is Control X. So now I want to move it here again. So I'll click on Control V. So see that it has moved the numbers from each position to a completely new position. So this is the difference between the cuts and the copy. With the cuts, it moves your text or your numbers completely from each position to a new position. However, with the copy, it creates a duplicate for you. If you found value in this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure to like the videos. Thanks for watching.